And welcome back to another video on the Football Zone and to my championship predictions for the rest of the season. We're just over halfway through the season, a really entertaining season so far. Some surprise results and it's really close at both ends of the table. So yeah, should be a good one. Please note this video is filmed before game week 30, so if anything changed there, then I won't have known about it because I'm in the past. But let's get straight into it. 24th and last, I've gone for Wycombe. Yes, they are quite a way adrift at the bottom of the table, and to be honest, they just don't have the quality. I like Gareth Ainsworth, but Wycombe just don't have the quality or the budget to compete in the Championship. Their incredible comeback at Huddersfield might spark a bit of a run, but I just can't see it being anywhere near enough for them to survive, and I can see them going down as last. In 23rd, I've gone for Rotherham. Rotherham, they're an interesting one. They seem to go on good forms and then bad form and then good form, so you can never really tell with them. But to be honest, I just don't think they've got enough quality to really stay up and put together a consistent run, which is why I've got them in 23rd. In 22nd, I've gone for Coventry. Coventry, they were looking really comfortable a few weeks ago in 16th, but 4 straight losses has seen them tumble right down the league, and they do look like they're in a bit of bother at the moment. So yeah, it does look a bit tough for them, and I can't see them staying up. They've got some quality players like Gustavo Hamer, but I just don't think it'll be quite enough. 21st, I've gone for Sheffield Wednesday. Sheffield Wednesday, they've had an interesting season so far. Gone through 2 managers, Gary Monk and Tony Pulis. Neither has really worked out, but under Neil Thompson, they've been on a great run with him as caretaker manager, and to be honest, I think he deserves the job full-time with the job he's done, and I do think he will have just enough about him to keep them up. In 20th, I've gone for Birmingham. At time of recording, Birmingham really are in a bit of a crisis after their 1-0 defeat to Luton, but I still think Aitor Karanka will be able to pull out a good run out of his players, or a different manager. I can see him going quite soon, to be honest. So I do think Birmingham will go on a run, and I do think it will just about keep them safe. So yeah. In 19th, I've gone for Derby. Derby are an interesting one. Obviously had that awful start, but Wayne Rooney has done a really, really solid job, to be fair to him, since taking over. The big worry for Derby at the moment is Christian Bielik's injury. They just look a totally different side without him, but they did prove in their 2-1 victory over Middlesbrough they can do it without him, so I do think they will be okay. In 18th, I've gone for Huddersfield. Carlos Corberán's side had a really, really impressive first half of the season, but in the second half they've kind of just gone down the table a little bit. But to be honest, I do think they will be able to stop the rot soon, and they will be able to climb their way out of trouble. I do rate them. I think they will get out of trouble. In 17th, I've gone for QPR. QPR, for me, they look really in trouble in the first half of this season, but I think the signing of Charlie Austin and in January, it's just really lifted the place, and he'll chip in with a few goals, and that'll be crucial. And to be honest, I really can't see them staying up quite easily now. In 16th, I've gone for Luton. Yeah, Luton, they've been really impressive, to be honest. Been on a bit of an iffy run lately, but I think they'll be really comfortable, maybe lower mid-table. Yeah, but with the budget and the squad they've got, that is no mean feat from Nathan Jones. Some achievement to get them there, so credit to them. That'll be really solid for them. In 15th, I've gone for Millwall. Millwall, they're an interesting one. They had an okay start to the season, then fell a bit. They seem to be picking up a bit now, but they just seem to be one of those really, really inconsistent sides at the bottom of the Championship. Also in the middle of the Championship, and I think that's basically what they will be from here on in, to be honest. In 14th, I've gone for Nottingham Forest. Forest, obviously they started the season really poorly under Sabri Lamouchi. I was a bit surprised that Chris Hughton didn't initially pick it up, but he seems to be doing so now. They're on a really solid run of form for the last 10 or so games, and I do think he will guide them to a safe mid-table push season ahead of the playoff push next season. In 13th, I've gone for Preston. The inconsistence of all inconsistent sides this season, it has to be said. It was first bit of the season, it seems to be they won every away game and lost every home game. And they've just been inconsistent really ever since. And to be honest, I just can't see enough form for them to put together a playoff push. In 12th, I've gone for Barnsley. Now, I'm not going to lie, this is going to be a really solid finish for Barnsley. Some of the football they play has been outstanding, but I just don't think they will have enough to push for the playoffs. But when Gerhard Struber left and they appointed Vladimir Ismail, to be honest, I thought they would be going down, so this would be a really, really solid finish for them. In 11th, I've gone for Bristol City. Bristol City, they've had a really interesting season, obviously hampered by injuries. If not, I think they could have been really serious contenders for the top 6. I think if they stick by Dean Holden, they get a fully fit squad next year, I do think they can challenge, but with all the injuries they've got, I just don't think it will be possible for them to be challenging this year. In 10th, I've gone for Stoke. Stoke are an interesting one. Obviously haven't won for ages, and the injury to Tyrese Campbell has really, really affected them, but I can still see them staying where they are, still being inconsistent, but I do think they will finally get a win soon, and pick up some form and stay roughly whereabouts they are now. In 9th, I've gone for Blackburn. Blackburn, they're a really interesting one, just so inconsistent once again. Their attack on its day, the likes of Dak, Elliott and Armstrong, are just so good, but it's the defence that has let them down over the course of the season, and I feel that and the inconsistency will let them down, and I just don't think they will be able to challenge for a place in the playoffs, to be honest. In 8th, I've gone for Cardiff. Cardiff look a totally different side under Big Mick McCarthy, who's done an outstanding job there so far, and I don't think they will quite be able to push for the playoffs. I do think they will see a dip in form coming soon. But yeah, under Mick McCarthy, that would be a really, really solid turnaround. And where they were under Neil Harris, I think they would definitely take 8th position, to be honest. In 7th, I've gone for Middlesbrough. Once again, I just don't think they've got enough about them to be able to challenge for the playoffs. For a Warnock side, they do give away some really dodgy goals, which is interesting, but they did strengthen in the attack on deadline day, so I do think they will be able to stay in and around the playoff spots, but just miss out. In 6th, I've gone for Watford. Watford are an interesting one. They've absolutely hammered Bristol City at the weekend, but I'm just still not convinced by them. Xisco Munoz, he had a good start, but it has tailed off a bit. The likes of Ismail Assad and João Pedro, they've had decent seasons, but I kind of expected slightly more from them. Troy Deeney and Gray have been letdowns, so I can't see them finishing higher than 6th, to be honest. 5th, I've gone for Bournemouth. Obviously, Jason Tindall lost his job, and I think that was fully deserved, to be honest. With the squad they have, they should be doing better. Woodgate's done, and he's done a really solid job, and I think they will give it to someone permanently who will do a fairly decent job with the squad they've done, and I do think they will secure playoffs quite comfortably, but won't have enough challenge for the autos. 4th, I've gone for Reading. For me, Reading are probably the best of the rest after the 3 best sides, who I think are far away the best in the league. And I do think they will secure 4th. Their attack going forward, João Elise, Jarius Swift, Mate, is just frighteningly good. And the defence has been fairly solid as well. So I do think Reading will be able to secure a playoff place comfortably. In missing out on the autos in 3rd, I've gone for Swansea. Swansea, they're doing really well at the moment, but to be honest, I just don't think they will have quite enough to go up automatically. That's not criticism of them, it's just that I think the other 2 squads might just be slightly stronger over the course of the season. In 2nd, I've gone for Norwich. Norwich, for me, the key thing for the rest of the season is keeping Emi Buendia fit, because we've seen recently when he's been suspended that they have really struggled without him. So if they do keep Buendia fit, I can see it being fairly comfortable that they will finish in the top 2 and they will go up. In 1st, I've gone for Brentford. Now, Brentford, they have suffered a defeat to Barnsley, their first loss in 22 games, so they need to bounce back for them, but some of the football they've been playing recently has just been incredible, and from that, I think I've seen enough, and I do think they will be playing in the Premier League next year. I think they could win the league by 5 or so points quite comfortably based on how they've been playing recently. But anyway, that's it for the video. Thanks very much for watching. Remember to like, share, subscribe. Let me know your thoughts and comments down below. Remember to follow me on Twitter, link in the description below for daily football news, and subscribe to my channel on screen right now. That'd be greatly appreciated. Thanks very much for watching. Peace.